Directors and members of the Palm Beach Civic Association recently took an airboat tour of the Everglades with its corporate partner, the Everglades Foundation. The purpose? Learn about restoring this national treasure. Hosts were Deborah Johnson and Dr. Christy Wendelberger. Gary Lickle, who's on the board of directors of both organizations, has been working to get the groups together.
It's an important cause, and it's about time that Palm Beachers paid attention to it. And thanks to this synergy between the Civic Association and the cooperation of the Everglades Foundation, people are now coming out here, and now they're stewards of the message, and it's just neat to see.
During the bus ride to the airboat docks, Dr. Wendelberger and Mrs. Johnson explained how developing Florida for agriculture and a fast-growing population has caused major damage to Florida Bay in the Everglades, also called the River of Grass.
The old days, the Everglades had a heartbeat. Doesn't have one today. Wintertime, springtime's our driest time of year. As the summer rains would come, it'd all swell up, shrink up, swell up, shrink up, swell up, shrink up. Now that man's come in, it's all swelled up.
The Everglades Foundation arranges these tours to educate the public and influential stakeholders and show what can be done to restore the Everglades. Gary Lickle, the seaplane pilot for the tour and a resident of Palm Beach, brings a unique perspective to the issues.
Now, it's interesting, as a Barry Island person, when we all came down to Palm Beach, everybody looked at the shoreline and looked at the ocean, but they never looked west. And west is where all our fresh water is. West is the future of Florida, and it's so terrific to get people out here so they can actually see what it is that we're all talking about, and help us lead the fight to get water moving south and get it cleaned up and get it back into Florida Bay. Because this all started as a project to clean up Florida Bay and save the backcountry fishing, along with all the birds and the flora, the fauna, and everything else out in the Everglades. But more importantly, it's our fresh drinking water for 8 million people.
Restoration involves two major efforts. One, replumb the water system from the Kissimmee River Basin just south of Orlando through Lake Okeechobee and through the Everglades. And two, clean the phosphorus pollution from the water that comes from fertilizer, cattle ranches, and septic tanks. It only costs $1 to pollute 1 gallon of water with phosphorus, but $300 to clean the phosphorus from that gallon.
Through the Everglades Foundation, we now offered an X Prize, a $10 million X Prize. It's called the George Barley Water Prize. And it's for the first person or company that comes up with the ability to extract phosphorus out of the water and turn it into a reusable inert product. We have no idea whether this is possible. However, we've already got, I think it's now 130 participants. And if we solve this problem, it's not just a solution for Florida, it's a solution for the world's estuaries and the world's waters, which could be quite exciting that it started here.
I think we've given people a very comprehensive overview of a very complicated system, but in the end, we're trying to give you the simple understanding of the impact that Everglades restoration has on Florida's environment and its economy.
It's a big state with a lot of competing interests, but the Everglades Foundation and Civic Association believe it can be done.
It is about finding an amicable solution that we can live harmoniously in a state that thrives on agriculture, thrives on tourism, and the quality and beauty of our natural water and ecosystems.